the mark of the beast. This is a very simple and short explanation. We as people really don't know much truth. Most of what we call truth is really our human arrogance mixed with a little understanding. But modern man takes even that to the extreme. We want God to be the God that we can concoct. Never mind who God really is, we just want him to be a God who favors our agenda. We think we can make God like us, beings that compromise principles. Most people don't even realize that they have become their own God, and have no idea who their Creator really is. Let me point out a few of the type of crazy, arrogant notions that we as humans tend to come up with about the truth. God is literally an old white man sitting on a throne in heaven. Jesus had long hair and blue eyes. Angels are naked little children. Angels have wings. Adam and Eve were of a European-like stock. God is waiting to strike us down when we sin. The Bible was written by Moses. The Bible has always been in one book. The Catholic Church has authority over people outside the Catholic Church. Revelations was completely literal in its meaning. The mark of the beast is a chip in your hand. The mark of the beast is a tattoo, or a literal stamp. Not honoring the Sabbath day is the mark of the beast. We are no longer under a law now that Jesus has risen. Only 144,000 people are going to heaven. Heaven will be on this earth. Only the people in my church are going to heaven. Only my denomination is right with God and going to heaven. The Sabbath day was only for Jews. The 10 Commandments were done away with. We should worship Jesus' mother, Mary. Professed homosexuals have God's blessing to preach his word to congregations. Inanimate objects have spiritual powers. Dead people can come back and talk to us. God makes bad things happen to us. If you pray hard enough, God will hand you money. Priests can forgive sin. Our Father or Hail Mary actually gets sins forgiven with God. This is how crazy we are. What is wrong with us? Don't we realize that half that stuff was made up by fanatics and hypocrites? And we act like the truth is that simple, even though it's really not that difficult. Are those the things that move God? Is he that easily moved, and that shallow of a being? No wonder many young people are now becoming atheists. Because older church people are teaching so much garbage that the kids can't see right through it. They see that churches just want to control people, or force people to believe what they believe, or else. You need to know that you can't change God and his will. We are supposed to be trying to find out who he is, and not trying to create him. He is real, in action, and is not hiding from us. Here is an analogy of what's really happening between us and God. The ant on the ground cannot fathom that us humans exist, no matter how hard they try. But do we exist? Yes. Are we hiding from the ant? No. Why can't the ant fathom who we are? Answer: it is not in his nature to think that high. We would have to transform ourselves into something the ant could relate to, like say, another ant or bug. It's the same thing with God. That's why he manifested his spirit into the man called Jesus, so that we could fathom or relate to who God is. Are you following so far? And you can only really get to know God and his will by thinking with the spiritual mind, and not the earthly mind. We humans are too dumb. So on to the mark of the beast. No matter how bad you want the mark to be a chip in your hand, or a tattoo, or something crazy like that, the mark of the beast is really a way of thinking. Either you are for Christ or you are anti-Christ. That's all that matters. Anything that pulls you away from believing that Jesus has a kingdom set up in the next life for us is considered the Antichrist. The mark of the beast represents the things that try to make you believe that this world could be great if we try hard enough. Some people actually think that the world could be perfect if we elect the right person, if we hired the right company, if we earned enough money, or if we found the right cure, etc. But Jesus is telling us that our lives, along with this world, are going to come to an end no matter what we try to do. And you don't need a Bible to verify that. We know we will all die, and in given time, the world will eventually fizzle out to an end, regardless. We know that will happen even if there was no God. Thankfully, Jesus/God is saying that they have created an unseen kingdom for us who believe. They want us to know that we are not to worry about the temporary affairs that take place on earth, because they are only temporary. God is asking us to hold on, and not be fooled by Satan's stage play called life. We have to live this life because it has been given to us. But we don't have to be wholeheartedly committed to the turmoil of this world. People who have the mark of Christ are terrified by the evil in the world, but they continue to live their lives on a daily basis with the help of Christ. They pray, and replenish their spirits daily, and use the Sabbath for revitalization. They see the world, but they don't believe the world, they trust God. But on the other hand, those people who have the mark of the beast are trying to fix the world and make it a better place. They believe politics is the cure, or reform, or whatever, even though never in history has it worked. They don't worry about God's coming kingdom. They are too busy enjoying the kingdom that they are creating for themselves here on earth.